Welcome to the Norm Hyperbolic Podcast. We're here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Young Morgan Freeman. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
What up? It's your boy, Kid Lewis, back at it again. Being a menace on this podcast. That's what you guys know me best. Going off the charts, going off the script.
Off the books.
Off the books, just talking mad nonsense. But anyways, welcome back to another episode. We missed you guys. It's always great, man. It's always great to be back in the podcast room and just creating beautiful content.
It does feel pretty good to be in the podcast room. Once everything is all set up, it is like a good feeling.
It is, man. It is a good feeling. It's always good vibes here, man. Always good vibes. If you guys listened to our last episode on Yu-Gi-Oh, you know what I'm talking about. That episode was fire. I hope it brought a lot of like old memories for you guys of like, you know, playing. We talked about our past experience. We talked about our favorite moments. So definitely make sure you go back and listen to that episode. It was definitely a blast. And on top of that, we had our guest, aka Ghost, aka Oscar. You know what I'm talking about. We had him on the pod for another episode. He was originally on the Godzilla one. So if you guys haven't seen the review for that movie, definitely watch it on YouTube. It's our YouTube exclusive videos. So definitely watch. 5 stars review for your favorite podcasters. Your boy, Young Morgan Freeman and Kid Lewis.
Kid Lewis, bro.
Come on. Where's my button? Beep boop. Beep boop. No, we need that like hype button. You know what I'm talking about? Like
soundboard.
Dun,
yeah, the air horns.
Yeah, the air horns
DJ
and
horns.
shit, the DJ horns and stuff like that. Yeah, bro.
I don't think
that
so.
way it sounds like we're on air, like we're part of a radio station or something, you know?
That's a little bit too much power, bro.
You think so?
We're already off script too much right now.
I know,
and you want to add buttons?
Why
Turn
not,
shit
bro?
into like a fucking party.
It's an anime party, bro, all the time.
So in this episode, we're going to be talking about Solo Leveling. We just saw the last episode of the first season. So this is definitely going to be season 1 spoilers. The Kid Lewis has read a little bit of the webtoon.
Yes,
ahead,
I have.
But, you know, we'll keep it light, but definitely be talking about the anime, video games, and movies of Solo Leveling. Also in this episode, I have information about Baki fighting Kengen.
I heard about that. Have you seen Kengen?
Not too much, but, you know, we are going to get on top of it for the next season or the in-between.
The in-between, yeah, yes.
I'm going to share with you the best voted PlayStation exclusive and details about an anime studio that's doubling its anime output for this year.
Damn. X, I'm ready, bro. Let's dive in.
So
at the top
of the video, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave us a like. If you're listening to us on your podcast platform of choice, leave us a 5-star review for
5-star review.
And Young Morgan Freeman.
Exactly.
So let's go ahead and get into it, man.
Let's get into it, bro.
So
don't hesitate.
Last week's news today. So first, in
See,
the
that's
realm,
where we need the last week news today
I
little
know.
sample thing, bro.
I'm keeping it on this side.
We're just pressing buttons.
Yeah. So first, in the realm of anime.
What's up? Talk to me.
So at the 10th anniversary of Anime Japan 2024, which is this big anime event in Japan, Netflix announced that they were going to be debuting a movie where Baki Hanma is going to be fighting Kengen Ashura. So you said you saw some things about it.
Low-key, I ain't even gonna lie, I'm already siding with Baki, bro.
Already?
Just because I know the complex story between Baki and the complexity he has with his dad. Like, I know what type of fighter he is. Kengen, I feel like he's new to the game, right? I feel like he's new to the game. I might be wrong on this, but I've only seen it because it's like, it came out on Netflix. So that's why I've seen it. But I don't know if this is something that was on before, if it was like a manga. But I've seen this nigga fight. I think Baki got this in the bag.
Really?
In my opinion, I think Baki got it in the bag.
I mean, I have seen Baki at least, and I do like, you know, his moves there, but I don't know. I do want to get on to the Kengen so we can give it like a good review. So the crossover is going to premiere in June 6th of this year. So that is something that we are going to do a review on. It is going to be an in-between.
We might not just like do like dedicated episodes, because I do like the in-between, the hyperbolic, what's it called? Fillers.
Yeah.
Those are like, you know, it's just us talking about anything and everything and just like throwing in just like random stories in there. It could be about our lives, could be about past memories, it could be about conspiracy theories. Past lives. You know, shit, it could be, it's a random episode.
Yeah.
You know, let us know if you guys like the fillers.
So we are going to be dropping the review though, because it is going to premiere as a movie. So that is something I think we should be able to just to fucking watch and then get a review on it at the time. So that will also be a YouTube exclusive, which is a big reason I bring it up. So Baki does have one season broken up into 2 parts on Netflix, and there's also a tournament arc, and then there's Baki Hanman, which has 2 seasons on Netflix, and then Kengen Ashura has 2 seasons as well on Netflix. So it is going to be a lot to watch, but definitely be in the gym watching these damn fighting animes just so we can get ready for this movie.
For real.
And you know what? I'm going to side with Kengen, just since you're on Team Baki.
I think
we should put some money on the fight.
Team Baki has it, bro. I can't see Kengen winning, bro. He has like one super technique, and once he uses that technique, he's done for. Like, well, the cool his thing body gives out.
Is the anime is going to be 2D, so Kengen is, I think, a 3D.
A 3D, yeah, it is.
So it's going to be cool. So almost like, I don't know if you saw growing up on Nickelodeon, Timmy Power Hour.
Yeah.
Where Timmy Turner and Jimmy Neutron fused.
They like fused together, yeah.
So I think it'll be cool to see this 3D character in 2D, and then, maybe they should do Baki as a 3D.
As a 3D character.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
All right, so the next, in the realm of video games.
What's up?
So God of War Ragnarok was voted the best PlayStation exclusive by PlayStation users.
Did you ever beat it?
I have not been. I know. I knew we were going to talk about it too. I was like, do I even fucking open this can of worms?
Yeah, man.
So I got close. So I'm getting pretty far. But I'm bringing I'm traveling this weekend, and I'm going to bring my backbone just so I can try to maybe, I don't know.
Put some hours in there, a couple of minutes.
Yeah, while I'm on the plane or something. I don't know.
Try it out, bro.
If I get sick of my Nintendo Switch. So Sony promoted their own like March Madness bracket, pitting their exclusive titles against each other. It was just mostly new stuff. When I was looking at it, I kind of want to do a PlayStation episode next season. How do you feel about that?
A PlayStation episode?
An episode about PlayStation.
We can. What do you want to go? Like the history?
It's just like an episode, like how
as long as we're talking about the PS2, bro.
PS2. Well, so I don't know. That's what I'm saying. So, we'll work it out off air, but definitely at least the PlayStation 1 and 2.
Yes.
I'm thinking at least end it at 2, or we'll see how far we go, but a PlayStation episode.
I'm down. Yeah. I'm down. I got a lot of games in mind.
The way that they did this March Madness, the last 4, the semifinals or whatever, was God of War 1 beat The Last of Us 2, and then God of War Ragnarok beat Ghost of Tsushima, and then Ragnarok took it home, from God of War 1. So,
okay.
You can, if you want, you can save it for the episode, but as far as like the way that this bracket was, you could even, answer just a 4, or what do you think is your best PlayStation exclusive? Do you think that should have won over The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima? Because
I don't know. Ghost of Tsushima, I played a little bit of it. I didn't beat it. I didn't go too far in the game, but I did play a little bit, and it looked really good, bro. Like the mechanics of the game and just like the environment itself. It was like, I think it was a beautiful made game, and the complexity too. Like
out of the 4, I do think God of War Ragnarok is the best. But
out of the 4?
Out of the 4 that because like I said, it was just recent stuff. So it wasn't like they did Crash Bandicoot and
so my question is, if Ragnarok is that good, how come you haven't finished it yet?
Because I don't have the time. I don't have the time to finish it. Do not.
How come you not finished it yet, bro?
Do not.
You sound like me praising up Harry Potter Legacy, and then here you are not being able to
I'm sure I got further in God of War Ragnarok than you did in Harry Potter.
So, bro.
I bet. I bet if we put up the completion side to side, my shit will be a little bit further than yours.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I haven't picked up that game in a while either.
No? Do you think you'll ever finish it?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. There's so many other games, bro. It's like sometimes I feel
Why are you throwing so many stones then in this glass house?
No, I'm just saying, like, sometimes it feels like there's a game that you want to play. You pick it up. By the time you actually put in a good 10 hours, another video game just came out.
But
and
you don't
everybody's
have to
like,
get
yeah, but then you're like, you feel like to me it's like that FOMO feeling. You're losing the chance of like being a part of something new. Like right now, I feel like everybody's talking about that game, Hellraiser or Helldivers, right?
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's talking about that game now. Like, yo, you gotta hop on and you gotta get on. Even you're like, yo, you gotta buy it so you can play with me. And I'm just like,
playing it because that's a game I play with my friends. So the reason I like God of War, the thing that I like about God of War,
because it's like a one player.
So I have to have that opportunity. It's almost like watching a movie. Like I have to allocate family movie night to watch movies. Yes, I have a Helldivers night. Thursday night is my Helldivers night. That's when I get on and play with my friends. But I got so far in God of War Ragnarok because I had had dedicated time to play, or I was playing it in between editing the podcast or writing the podcast, or when I used to write. I just don't have that time anymore. Like the podcast takes over my like free time.
I got you.
When it comes to like at least God of War.
Yeah.
So if I ever like get downtime with this, but I don't know, I just feel like I'm more like creating. Like I'll write fucking 3 episodes sometimes, and
I still want to try the Hell Divers, bro. People,
it's good. It's nice. It's fun.
Everybody's like, get it, bro. It's like $40. I'm like,
It is $40.
man, that's 2 hours of my life.
What? Just the game?
Yeah, just to buy it.
Oh, right. Per hour. Oh,
My work life, bro. I gotta put 2 hours of my sweat, tears,
yeah.
my life force, so I can afford the game.
But it's worth it. Trade your life for this game, bro.
Yeah.
Trade your life, bro.
All right, man. What's next?
All right. So then last in the realm of movies. So James Gibson, which is the Warner Brothers president of Asia Pacific, stated to Variety that their anime studio is producing more than 10 animes per year.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the first year that they're gonna like try to hit that target.
Is this that new studio you were telling me about?
Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Warner Brothers wants to produce at least 10 anime titles per year. So right now, as of time of recording, they've produced 80 titles total, which is, goes from like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Spy Family, Food Wars. I don't know if you've seen Batman Ninja.
Yes. It's the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
with the Joker?
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
bro. I love the way they got Batman all like in that fucking samurai suit. Yeah.
Oh, like a samurai. He is like a samurai.
No, I like that.
So they did all the 4Kid stuff. So this is WB, Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
And then they are also behind the live action Rurouni Kenshin, the live action Death Note that's on Netflix, and Pacific Rim.
You know what the Warner Brothers need to do? They fucking need to bring back Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond?
Fuck yes, they need to bring that back.
If they bring it back, I think nobody would watch it, bro. Have you seen Young Justice? All right, go ahead.
No, look, what I'm trying to say is like,
what are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is like, bro, I can't say I don't want to compare Young Justice
to Justice League?
Batman Beyond.
Wow.
Batman Beyond was like a whole entity on its own.
Young Justice is good, bro.
I watched a couple of seasons. It's good. Like I'm not like saying it's a bad show to watch. Like I like it, but it's not Batman Beyond.
But what if Batman Beyond shows up in Young Justice?
That'd be pretty cool.
Is that enough for you?
No, that's not enough. Like I need a dedicated show for Batman Beyond. Or if not, like a dedicated movie. Because Batman Beyond was supposed to be like Batman Beyond was really supposed to be like The Boys or Gen V. Like that more adult, more darkness to Bat. You get what I'm saying? Like take away that PG-13 bullshit. Give me the real
it wasn't visceral.
dark Batman.
It wasn't like there was
because I remember watching a video about it. A video popped up basically saying like what happened to Batman Beyond, like why did they stop producing episodes for it. And I think one of the things is the show itself was meant to be like really dark, like more kind of like not meant for kids. And but they try to like, yeah man, but it's like there's I feel like there's different versions of Batman. Like there's the real kind of like hoopity doop Batman, and then there's like the dark, like the last Batman movie was really dark.
Yeah, Batman for the most part recently at least have been really dark.
But I feel like when they play with that aspect of Batman, that's where they create the best Batman, in my opinion. Not the whole Batman just to lead. Then they get too friendly.
You don't like Batman the animated series?
Then they get too friendly. You know what I mean? I don't like Batman being too friendly. We all know the Dark Knight. He's dark for a reason. That nigga is just
friendly.
Dark.
He's a superhero.
But that's the thing, because that's what you think about it with Justice League. You think about all them being like this nice superhero, Wonder Woman, so you're Superman, The Flash, you're so funny, until they fuck up these movies.
You just want to watch.
I just want a dark.
You just want the boys, bro.
Yes.
Just watch the boys.
The boys, but the Batman version of it.
Yeah,
I think that would be dope.
Cartoon or live action?
Either.
Okay.
Either. I don't care. As long as it's dark and gruesome, and I know Batman is just like kicking ass. Like, yo, that's what I want, man.
All right. Well, so speaking of, Warner Brothers in the past few years, they've been like averaging like 5 to 10 anime titles a year, but now they want to do 10 plus. So some ones that they're doing for the future is a Suicide Squad anime. It's called Suicide Squad Isekai.
I thought there was one already. Oh, maybe not an anime, but like animation, wasn't there?
They do have animated movies, but they're doing
no for the anime. Suicide Squad. I'm talking about Suicide Squad. I thought there was one.
Yeah, they have animated movies for Suicide Squad.
Yeah, so they're trying to make more.
They're making an anime Isekai. It's called Suicide Squad Isekai. So it's an anime.
Okay, so it's about somebody jumping inside the Suicide Squad World.
It's the Suicide Squad going into a different world.
Oh, okay.
I'll send you the trailer. We
right.
might do an episode on it depending on when it comes out. And then they're also redoing Fist of the North Star, WB. So
well, I hope they do good with this Suicide Squad because they definitely dropped the ball with the Suicide Squad video game.
Yeah, I mean,
I heard so many negative reviews on it.
you know, Lewis lives by the reviews, bro.
We gotta read the reviews, bro. We don't all have the time to play it, so we can make our own opinion.
No, man, but just looking at it, like the type of game that it was gonna be, I wasn't really with it.
You weren't with it?
No, and they also fucked up on that Gotham Knights game when they tried to redo like what is it, Arkham Knight and Arkham City.
And that's why that those are the most best Batman games. The Gotham Knight.
The Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum, sorry. The Arkham Asylum games were like literally the best ones. The whole detective play, but also more fucking whoop your ass with a combo. You know, that's, I don't know, bro. They did that game so right.
Well, because in that game you can play as like the Joker as like DLC or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can play as like Robin or Nightwing in some of the later ones. Maybe not, but I thought that Suicide Squad game was going to be like that, like just the Arkham games, but you just play as these other characters, but it's not. So, but yeah, so WB trying to double their anime output. Looking forward to it. Just anime's getting big. That's what I was trying to get at with that. they want to make more anime, and WB's been, you know, like kicking with anime for a while, ever since they started like, you know, importing the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon into 4Kids.
I feel like for a lot of people, that's their like sanctuary, their like downtime. Well, anime heads, like that's where they feel more relaxed, like just popping in a good anime and just watching it. So what's next?
That's it. Meat and potatoes.
That's it. Shit, bro, the news went by quick. All right, man. Meat and potato time. It's time to grub. It's time to eat. Everybody pull out your forks and spoons and knife. Say a quick prayer before we dig in, because it's gonna be a great episode and you know what you're here for because you read it on the title, and that is one of the greatest upcoming animes that everybody's been blowing up, Solo Leveling. And X finally got done watching it.
I finally got done watching it. It's been hyped for a while, and I'll let you guys know what I think. But let's go
I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. All right,
man. Originally a South Korean web novel written by the author Chugong, and then later serialized in Kakoa's digital comic platform, Kakoa Page, in July of 2016. Originally illustrated by Dubu, and then later published by D&C Media under Papyrus in November of 2016. Then they launched the webtoon series in March of 2018, and then as of August 2023, the webtoon has physical volumes published by D&C Media, collected in 9 volumes, and then licensed in English by Yen Press. So my first question is to you: what did you think of this anime and or webtoon? Because I know you've been reading it.
So I've been reading the webtoon for sure.
So tell me, what do you think?
Trying to keep up.
Give us what is Solo Leveling for the people who just clicking on. They heard about Solo Leveling.
You heard about Solo Leveling. Okay, so let me go from there. So if you just heard about Solo Leveling, you haven't watched it yet. It's basically one of those animes that automatically the main character is the underdog, and you're rooting for him to become stronger and surpass everybody else. And right off the bat, you kind of like connect with the main character, which his name is Sung Jin Woo.
Okay.
And Mr. Jin Woo,
got a cool name.
I know, Sung Jin Woo. So Mr. Jin Woo is basically like he's the bottom tier hunter. Literally dead last is his power level. He is ranked power level with D or E.
Yeah, he would be an F if there was an F.
If he was basically, yes, you're right. If there was the letter F, he would be the only one in that category. Everybody's for some reason he was just born with such a low lack of power.
Right,
and he is this underdog, and he is constantly on the verge of death in every mission he goes. even if the dungeon they go clear out is like the lowest level, he somehow manages to get hurt. And you're just like, how is this underdog gonna surpass? And I mean, eventually we'll get into it, but it's just one of those animes where you fall in love with the underdog and you just root for him every episode.
Yeah, definitely. That, I know we had talked about it earlier. Like, it is pretty straightforward, but you've seen it done before in like Black Clover and even like Naruto. Naruto. All the stuff is like where I suck and then now I train and now
I'm stronger.
Yeah, but the thing about this one is that I guess the rule of the world is that no matter how, like once you become a hunter, then there's no way to level up, which I think is kind of weird. They have like these like, what is it? Devices that tell you how much power you have and, you know, which class you're under. But if you do a bunch of push-ups, if you like get all these cool weapons and upgrade your arsenal, you'll still won't increase in class.
So like your power level won't increase. Like you said, like you can do push-ups and stuff. Like, yeah, maybe that will make you a little bit more physically strong. But the machine itself is like, I guess it's to like test your power aura level or whatever. And it gives you like a calculated number.
It's like like the Scouter in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, like it's like the Scouter in Dragon Ball. There is no way to like temper that. You can't increase your aura. And the only way you can increase it is by something called second awakening.
Right.
So basically it's like a second awakening to your power. But you don't know how strong that second awakening could be. It could be super strong where you might end up being a fucking S rank hunter level, or it could just bump you up a letter. You can go from freaking C to a B. You know what I mean? It's not that huge of a jump, but it's still a jump.
Yeah.
You know, and the higher you are in that level, the more recognition, the more power, the more people respect you, you know, and you get that, like, there's even characters in this world that are basically like looked at as like a national threat level. You know what I mean? Like everything goes above S, but there is no like SS and then triple S and 4. You know what I mean? It's everything. If you're an S level, then we know that you're just up there. Okay. But then there is people that are even higher than S. Okay. But at that point, they're kind of like just characterized as like national level threat. Like they can literally be their own national army by themselves. But that you won't learn until like later on in the in the things. But I hope that doesn't give you like spoiler alert, because I really didn't say any character names. I'm just saying like there's more to the power system. Yeah, if that makes sense. But yeah, man, what do you think about it? Man?
I want to do a spoiler episode next season too. I have an idea. I'm gonna teach you how to avoid and talk about anime without giving spoilers.
That wasn't even a spoiler. I was just talking about the ranking system.
I know. So yeah, so they do have the ranking system. It goes all the way up to S, but he is at an E, and like the S rank people. So the way I was like thinking about it, and I did like this, to answer your question, I did like the anime. I think it was a little bit overhyped, but then once I was watching the documentary and the making of, it did kind of make me feel good. I felt like even the little bit of criticism I had, I was like, damn, don't be a hater, man. Don't ruin the vibe, because it is a good anime. You know, what I was thinking about is it is kind of like, it's not isekai, you know, it kind of is isekai where you can like, I think there's like, because when we did the isekai episode, there's this thing called portal isekai, like the one where, a restaurant from another dimension. This restaurant just shows up in all these different dimensions, and there's like a portal, which is the door to get to the restaurant. So it kind of is portal isekai, where you go down like into the subway, and then you go into the world
dungeon.
Goblins and wolves and shit.
Yes.
But I think it's the Hunter x Hunter version of isekai anime. What do you think about that?
There is like in the beginning, there's an island is overpowered by ants.
Right. That's how it opens up.
That's how it opens up, right? So it kind of gives you that Hunter x Hunter kind of like feel to it, because you're like, wait,
because they are hunters.
It's in this the Chimera arc,
right? Yeah. The Chimera ant arc.
Yeah. So that aspect I do see it. But like you said, like I wouldn't, like, their power system is different, because in Hunter x Hunter, like
it's different than Hunter x Hunter, but I feel like it's similar to how, you know, in Naruto, everybody has like, you know, chakra, and that's their power system.
Yeah.
Or like in Dragon Ball, there's like ki, or like, you know, life energy or whatever it is. And then in like Attack on Titan, you either a Titan or you're not a Titan, but the power level and the scaling, I think, is like Sword Art Online. What is the other one? Shield Hero. It is very like video game wise.
Yes.
So that's where it's like,
but it's only for Sung Jin-woo, because not every other character has that same ability, like that video game player ability. Everybody is just born with a power level, and like you said, that's it. It's concrete. It doesn't go up and it doesn't go down. Like, this is what you're born with. This is what you get. Either you got dealt great powers or you didn't. I feel like with Hunter x Hunter, you always have that choice of training to get stronger.
Yeah. Well, that's like not the gimmick, but that's the curve on this one, like the solo leveling. Like he is special. Like
the same thing with
chose him to be this.
Exactly.
Like,
the system chose him to give him the ability to power up as much as he wants. You know, it really depends on Sung Jin-woo on how strong he wants to get. Because at any point he can say, you know what, I think I'm good. Because I'm thinking about it like Sword Art Online. Everybody has the same ability to be as strong as the main character. It depends how much work you're willing to put in.
Yeah.
How much time you're willing to look for rare materials or different swords, or you know what I'm talking about? Like you have that ability. In this world, you don't. You're just stuck with what you have, and that's it.
I mean, that is kind of like, I think, lame, but that is the idea of the stories, that you're following him and he's the main character. He's the MC or whatever. I don't know. What do you think about it? Like, it's like, I know you loved it, but
I liked it, man. I liked it. I thought it was really cool. I think he automatically got the most overpowered system that anybody in that world can get. Like he got the cheat code.
Really? Yeah. He's like personally selected.
Yeah, it was personally
play this
selected.
Game different than, you know,
than everybody else. So, you know, at that point, I feel like if you never heard of it and you're just watching it, I feel like in the back of your head is like, how strong can he get? Like, how far can this system get him to where he
Probably
needs to be?
To S or higher.
I feel like there's tiers inside the S that people don't talk about. Like, there's your average S, and then there's your super S. You know what I mean? Yeah. Your national level threat S's. So there's different types of S's. Yes, in the anime, they just characterize everybody as an S. If you're an S, you're an S. That's it. You fall in that one little bubble.
Yeah. It was almost like, you know, like Hokages against each other or tail beasts and things like that. So they do the limits and then they break it.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and favorite characters, favorite moments.
I feel like everybody's favorite character is Sung Jin Woo. Like I said,
he's the solo leveling.
He is the underdog. I mean, just from the very first episode, how he literally gives up his life to save his friends, knowing that him dying would literally leave his sister and his mom to fend for themselves.
Right.
He knew that. And the fact that he was willing to do that for strangers that he has never met.
Well, he knew that girl. He knew
he knew a couple of people, but I'm saying like some other people he didn't like have no clue. Like, because he just joined with different groups depending if they're willing to take him, since he can only do E rank missions and there's not that many E ranks.
Right.
I think a lot of them are like D and up. He doesn't have a choice. He has to do whatever he has to do to support himself and support his family. But you feel bad for him. Like in the beginning, like people were talking mad shit about him, like in front of his face.
Hunter in the whole world.
Yep. The weakest.
Bro, the weakest
hunter in the whole world. Like, you know how depressing that is? Like, yes, I was bestowed with powers because not every human in that world has these powers. So it's only like a selective few of people that have this power. But like, to be that selective few and you're literally that 1%, that 0.1%, that
you're like Deku.
You're just like, you're just barely stronger than a regular human. That's basically how they compare him. He's like, yeah, he's just a tad bit stronger than your regular old normal human.
Yeah, of his same size.
Of his same size and strength. Like, that's it. And you're like, damn, bro. So I was bestowed with some great powers, but it's literally like, you might as well just kept me human.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have to be a hunter either. He can just go back to working at Subway, but I don't know why he doesn't.
Well, because he also wants to follow, I feel like low-key wants to follow his dad's footsteps. His dad was a hunter too before he went missing.
Yeah.
You know, in my opinion, I think that's what he, like, low-key, besides, you know, trying to help out his sister go to college, besides paying the medical bills for his mother that's literally in a coma.
Right.
You know, he's
trying to make that potion that'll heal her of any disease type shit. So,
eventually you'll hear about that towards the end of the season. But yeah,
favorite moments.
Damn. I think everybody's favorite moment is
what is your favorite moment?
I feel like it's everybody's. That's what I'm saying. Like, my favorite moment might be like everybody's favorite moment, and I think it was that moment where that statue smiles.
That
creepy ass smile.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that was like yo, that's like a worst nightmare moment. Like, do you imagine walking in a room full of statues, Empire State Building tall, and you're looking up at it, and that motherfucker looks at you like and just gives you that creepy ass smile?
As soon as they made eye contact, I thought that shit was fucking
creepy, bro. I would have been like, yo, what the? Yeah. And you're in a dungeon, so you know there's no help. Nobody's coming to come get you, bro. Like, you gotta figure it out. You gotta figure it out.
I feel the same. The solo leveling is just him, Sung. So he is my favorite character. I think he's supposed to be. There's an episode or whatever where he gets somebody stuck in like a genjutsu. He does. He gets somebody like stuck in a time warp or some shit. And I'm just like, wow, what the fuck? The reason that I compare it to Hunter x Hunter, because in Naruto everybody's like a ninja, and there's some samurais or whatever, but in like Bleach, that's everybody has like the same type of power scaling. But with Hunter x Hunter, the types of hunters are like all over the place. like the powers.
Yes.
So this is more like, you know, like a video game. You have assassins and rangers and mages and soldiers, but tanks. But just the fact that they have like, you know, all these different powers that you can just get. I don't know. Like the fact that he put that person in a genjutsu, I thought that shit was pretty dope. One of the episodes where like he starts to kill people instead of like goblins and monsters. I'll have to like get it for you, but he gets somebody stuck in like in what looks is like a genjutsu.
Is it because I know he has a power. I don't know if it's presented on the first season, but it's like a power of overwhelming. Like he can give like his aura can overwhelm you to freeze you up like that.
Right, yeah.
I think that's one of his powers.
Yeah, that's what I think that's what it is.
And I know the episode that you're talking about was where they go in a dungeon with a bunch of prisoners.
Right.
Is that the one you're talking about?
It's either that one or the one before where it's like people who try to double cross him.
Oh, okay. So that was like the first couple episodes. That's where he meets his partner and the guide partner. He's like super rich.
Right.
His dad is like a multi-billionaire or a millionaire or whatever it is. He owns like a construction company, like a very big construction company. Right. And they team up. And I think that's the first time they met. Like the leaders like set them up for failure just so they can collect the bounty, not the bounty, but collect the materials without having to fight the boss or something like that.
Yeah, because if you go into a dungeon, there's no police, there's no cameras. It's only, you know, your word against a dead person.
Exactly. So whatever happens in there is like, well, and there's no way to investigate because once you close that portal, there's no way back in there. So it's like, well.
I like that part. I didn't like at first that he only fought with a dagger. I thought it was kind of like lame. I was like, damn, pick up a sword, you know? But I did, I guess, like a brand or whatever. Like, I do like that he has that dagger and he upgrades it, and you know he wants to be an assassin. And this is spoilers. Or we're talking about at least the first season, but at the end of the season, he becomes like a necromancer. So yes, that is like, you know, him going against his assassin build.
Well, he did talk about it because I didn't even notice that he said no because he had the option yes or no, and he said nah, I'm good. No, and the system was like, nah, are you sure?
Right.
I'm gonna ask you one last time. Are you sure you don't want this?
Yeah,
and he was like, fuck, I guess. I mean,
I'm glad that he did because usually, like, you know, whenever I play
but what
D&D,
would have happened if he would have said no? I feel like the system would have ended it.
Nah, I think it would have gave it back to him. I think it would have said, okay.
Gave him another option to pick the right choice.
No, I think it would have like he not failed it, but he would have to just take it again because I think they set him up to become the necromancer. That's why they did it that way.
Yeah,
you know, he even got like the red person's powers once he fucking finished that. So like,
I keep forgetting you didn't read the manga, so you don't really know what's going on.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
That's why you don't really know. So I'm like, no, bro, that's
whatever.
It's all right, man. It's all right. You're just going off what season 1 information is giving you, bro. But there's so much to it.
This nigga is so cat.
There's so much to it, bro. I keep telling you, bro.
So let me talk more about the anime before I give it to you to talk about the manga.
What's up?
So, you know, how do you feel about it? Because the first season is only 12 episodes, but it goes through the first 7 arcs. So, you know, when I was watching the documentary or whatever, like webtoons, and I wanted to ask you, how the fuck were you reading this?
Online.
On your phone? Yeah. You know, webtoons, they just go through a lot quicker because you're just fucking scrolling. Yeah. It's different from like, you know, doing a book or even like a comic book. It goes through the first 7 arcs in these 12 episodes. How do you feel about being so short? Like at least
arcs,
from the anime perspective.
I thought that was weird. Being honest,
that it was only 12 episodes.
Like no. Like you were saying, like the 12th episode covers 7 arcs.
Right.
And that's it. I felt like it was weird because some of these arcs were only like a couple of pages.
Right.
Like him, like in the beginning, him going through that dungeon, then finding the second dungeon in the dungeon. Double dungeon.
Yeah.
Then finding the double dungeon. And then literally getting killed and him choosing to accept to be a player in this world.
Right.
That was the arc. Arc 1 done.
Right.
And I was like,
yeah, so that's what
it. What do you mean? Sometimes that was only a couple of pages, man.
Well, because it's the way, and I do want to talk more about it, but it's just the way that the webtoon is. Like that's the way that you enjoy the media.
And I think it's a little. I feel like it was a little different because I'm not used to it. I don't read that much webtoons. You know, we read more manga than anything else. So
right,
you know, it being Korean, it's a little different.
Well, just being a webtoon also like that's like it's all one like fucking straight on. It's almost like a web page. Sometimes like with manga or even with comic books, like you save the surprise for the next page. So once you turn the page, boom, that's when you get it. Because then you can see, you know, if you're not reading it panel to panel, you sometimes look at the whole page and then you reread it and you go, you know, back to back or whatever. But it was produced by A1 Pictures, premiering earlier this year, January 2024. So they did Mashle, Fairy Tail, and also Sword Art Online. So at least with Mashle, they also have like a not a formula, but like they are pretty tight with the episodes. It's not like a 24 plus season or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they try to like keep it brisk. So, a question you wanted me to ask is, it being so similar to Sword Art Online, Shield Hero, you had mentioned that it's the same, but it's better.
Let's start with Sword Art Online. The thing that differentiates both of them is the fact that in Sword Art Online, everybody has the same ability. It's not just the main character. Like everybody has the same choice to be as strong if they wanted to,
Does that make it better or worse? Because, if he's the
it's different because
is it unfair that he's selected? Like that he's this...
I don't think
Jesus,
it's unfair,
whatever.
but I think that the system is basically setting him up for him to succeed, to become as strong as he is. Like,
right.
If you watch, like, the system kind of is guiding him to like level up, and isn't forcing him, because think about it, if he can't even be like, you know what, today I don't feel like leveling up, today I don't feel like doing shit.
Yeah,
the system is literally saying, like, if you don't do your 100 push-ups, if you don't do your 100 sit-ups, and you don't run that 10K mile, you're gonna get penalized.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's like the system is built for him to succeed. He can't fail. But my question to me, like, a part of me is always like, well, what if he says no? Or like, what if he does get penalized and he gets eaten by those fucking centipede sandworms or whatever the hell they are?
Yeah.
Does he then die and then that's it? And then the system will then wait for another person to hopefully enter the double dungeon and maybe get chosen to be a player? It's like, how, you know what I mean?
I think so. I know you've read ahead or whatever. I heard you read ahead or whatever.
You heard?
I heard
from the grapevine.
Yeah, from the grapevine. A second awakening is not. I mean, it's not
common.
It's not common, but it's also not uncommon. Like, people get second awakenings, and who knows if all the S rank people have had the same type of like leveling up, or if they did just like what their relationship is with the system. And I like the way that they phrase it, the system, like that kind of like
the system. Yeah,
that's pretty dope to me. And then what about Shield Hero?
Well, Shield Hero is a little bit different too, because it's kind of like solo leveling, because there's only a selected few, especially the ones that were brought into that world, are allowed to use like kind of like that system, that the gaming system, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they're the only ones that can see like the image or the panels that pop up.
Heads up display.
They're the only ones that can see. Anybody around the world can. Even in solo leveling, he even said like you can't see like
when he
the panel. You can't see that. And they're like, see what?
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, so I guess I'm the only one that can see this. Same thing, like you'll then find out with Sung Jin-woo that in the system, it has like an item where he can buy stuff like potions, like a little store. But he can also buy armor. Right. But the beauty about it for some reason is that he can put on armor, but everybody else around him can't see it.
Yeah. So it has like, not a glamour, but like it's invisible.
It's like invisible.
But he still has it on.
Yeah, he has it on.
It doesn't restrict his movements.
Yeah, which I think is pretty cool. So like he looks normal. He looks like, just a regular human person.
He's in his hoodie.
And he's always wearing like a hoodie or some like type of like track pants.
I know.
But in reality, you don't know. He might be wearing a full-on armor and you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're over here trying to like stab him and you're like, why is it not going? Like, this nigga made out of metal? Is he a tin can man? Like, why is my knife not going through him? And the whole, you're like, because he's wearing armor, bro. But you don't know it. So I think that's pretty cool. But back to the question.
So where do you rank them? Shield Hero, solo leveling, and Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online would be probably last. And that's just because I feel like the system it's normal. It's just like your every other video game. And I mean, the whole point of the anime was like a video game, like you're living out a video game life. But everybody has that option to be as strong, or everybody has the same system. You're not just unique. Shield Hero would probably come second. And I feel like Shield Hero is pretty cool because I feel like he finds a way to use the system to make himself stronger versus in solo leveling, like the system finds you to make you stronger. Because I mean, he was brought to a world where being a shield hero is literally the lamest thing you can ever. You're dismissed. And I remember just watching that episode where they were like, "Oh, you got chosen to be the shield hero? Well, we really don't need you, but thank you for coming." Yeah. And you're like, my brother, I didn't choose to be here. Like, I didn't choose this life. Y'all brought me here. Well, here's some gold coins. Good luck.
I wonder if they just do that to every shield hero. Like,
they do. I think they said it. They do it to every shield hero that comes to that world. They're like, good luck. Here's some gold coins. I wish you the best of luck. Sorry about that, brother.
I guess.
You just got the wrong card. You chose the wrong card. You know what I mean? You got the small end of the stick. I'm sorry. And then here he goes trying to figure out the system and basically put it like, try to make it work with him. and make himself stronger. Versus, you know, in Solo Leveling, the system is working. It's like working on its own to make that human
it was
stronger.
working through him.
Yeah. And it's even like guiding him.
Yeah.
to the right path that he needs to take, or the right dungeon he needs to go to level up to the next level, you know?
I think so, yeah.
It's like the system opens up portals too for him to go through. So where the system is like, I know that you're not as strong for this gate yet, but if you push yourself, like, it's like the system knows. Like the system knows, I don't think the system will ever put him in a place where he's like not, like his power level is not ready there.
On that second to last episode, they did he only got saved because he didn't run that day, but he was gonna die.
He was gonna die, but he didn't figure it out.
Yeah,
that was the problem. He kept fighting all these armored people that just kept responding. But it wasn't until like later that he figured out there was the mages that he should have been going after, and not just constantly killing all these armored soldiers. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. For no
so
XP.
that was kind of like on him for not being aware of the situation, because that's a thing you need to keep an eye out. It's not like, well, if I keep...
It's not a hack and slash.
Yeah, it's not always going to be a hack and slash. And I think that's what the system was trying to teach him. Yo, you're not going to resolve every single problem with just strength and speed. Look, we presented you with so many soldiers and you're literally running out of stamina. And in reality, if you would have looked at the bigger picture, if you would have zoomed out a little bit, you would have noticed that there was mages around that was summoning them.
Yeah.
If you killed the mages, surprise.
That's how it is in Helldivers. Like, you have to plug the holes, or else they'll just keep coming.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no real EXP for killing a bunch of enemies too. So I don't know. So another or the last like moment that I really, really like. So I like, you know, the anime throughout, and just like Mashle, it was kind of like slow at first, but then it pays off at the end. Like the last 3 episodes is a big fight building on everything that you learned.
You think Solo Leveling was a slow start in the beginning?
I think the first episode was this grandiose combined with each other, that this was like, oh, this is what Solo Leveling is gonna be.
Yeah.
And then because he doesn't do shit, he solves the puzzle, you know, which I like, but then he doesn't really like fight too much. And then he like levels up slowly, and then he gets like cool as fuck at the end in the same like trajectory as like Mashle. So they still do have good fights, like where it's, you know, Gravioli versus Mash, but at the end is where it gets like on 11. And I feel like the same way with Solo Leveling, like he became dope as fuck around when he killed the snake, or what is it, the snake, and then it was like boom 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 up to the end where it was like a climax.
Yeah.
So it wasn't super slow, but that's because it was only 12 episodes. But if they doubled it like they do for most shonen, like a 24 episode season, I think it would have felt a lot slower than it would have. Okay. And it was, you know, actually. So, but one of my favorite moments is when he kills all those wolves. The system deems him the wolf assassin, and I was like, wow.
I mean, to me, it didn't feel like a slow start. Like I feel like episode 1 was like iconic because everybody uses that, like the statue sitting down.
I didn't even know.
That meme.
I didn't even know
that was from Solo Leveling. Yeah.
I didn't even know after I saw it. I saw it like because I saw the documentary or whatever, and then that is from the webtoon.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
That picture that would like turn into a meme where they have like where they're all like bowing down to the statues, and the statues are representing like other mangas and blah blah blah. Like that's from Solo Leveling.
Right.
The smiling, that evil, sinister smile from that statue.
That shit was actually pretty dope.
Also iconic too. So I felt like episode 1 was really good. Yes, I did feel like after he left the double dungeon and like woke up in the hospital, it kind of was slow, but it kind of reminded me of Saitama when he was first starting to become strong, where he had to do those exercises every day.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me, because he was even outside wearing pajamas, like running or doing push-ups or whatever. And then like it felt like in the story, it looked like maybe a couple of weeks passed by where then he like started looking a little bit more fit. And it's so funny how he was like, nobody paid attention to him. Like none of the nurses paid attention to him until he just started like, did you see that new patient? Oh, he's not new. He's been here for a week. Girl, I never seen him. Who is he? Like, he is so ripped and handsome and all this stuff. And I like the fact that he's like, every episode, he's like gradually transitioning. He's gaining like 1 centimeter of height.
He gets taller, yeah.
He gets taller. His hair, I don't know if he gets a haircut or automatically his hair just starts getting shorter.
So, who was I talking? I was talking to somebody about it, because I was talking about this anime because it was very hyped and I was reluctant to watch it. But, you know, I'm glad I did watch it. I don't know if it is like as good as people say it is, but I'm happy.
Oh, it gets better.
I'm happy that it is, whatever.
You're just judging it from season 1. It gets better.
Talking about how he gets like Hollywood hair.
Yes.
So I don't know if you've seen like not Tom Holland, but like whenever an actor is like first starting up, they kind of look like how he does in the first part.
Like normal, like us, a regular Joe.
Right. Ugh.
Disgusting. You know what I mean? It's a regular person.
But then once he gets a little bit of money, then he gets that Hollywood hair.
Yeah.
So I think Sung, he got Hollywood hair, and then he even like meets his former self in the last episode, or I think it is the last.
And
episode.
it's a huge difference between.
Yeah, he has like bedhead, and then I thought he was gonna have like the bandages on his face, but yes, he does look like some dweeb, and then he does like clean up, and he gets taller, and when he leaves,
there was even an episode where his sister was like, "Did you get taller?"
Yeah,
and he's like, "No."
When he leaves the hospital, this nurse is like, "Can I get your phone number?" And he's just so aloof. He's like, "My phone number? What the hell for what?"
Yeah,
I guess, she needs to text me some paperwork.
Yeah, like he wasn't even thinking about it because his whole life that's the way he lived. So now all of a sudden his body is like he's going through a seconding puberty.
Right, his bar mitzvah number 2.
Exactly, nigga turning into a man now.
Right.
So I thought that was funny. Like I feel like that gradual of him getting stronger, but also like good looking.
Right.
And you'll see because what's so funny too is that healer, that B rank healer, in the first couple episodes.
Yeah.
She's like so into him and he doesn't even think about it. And she's like, oh, if we ever leave this dungeon, like we should go on a date or something like that.
Right. And then she gives him the money back or some shit like that.
Yeah. And then like when they meet again, she was like, what happened to your leg? Oh, I don't know. I guess it grew back or something. Because his legs got chopped off and she saw that. Yeah. So, but she was like, you look so different, And he's like, I've been working out.
Yeah, really?
So even like everybody knows.
Cut my hair, brushing my teeth. You know how it is.
Yeah, I started putting some acne cream, so I started clearing up a little bit, eating a little healthier. So that's also helping with my greasy skin.
I went vegan.
There you go. I got the vegan powers.
Yeah.
So like everybody notices that he's like gradually changing, and even the people in the organization are like, because when they first retested him for the second time, his power level was like what, a 10?
It was, yeah. A
level.
I thought 10? They were gonna retest him though.
Again, right?
Yeah, they didn't.
No, but
they haven't done it.
They have a bunch of other shit they got to do. I think it was just a part of their task for that day, just because of the whole double dungeon and how he was the only one who survived, and somehow he regrew back his body parts. They were like, something must be going on here. But he was still level 10. They do retest him though.
Yeah. Oh, do they?
Yeah, later on.
So
just in case you were wondering.
I was not wondering. So, question I wanted to ask. So they have a bunch of like the classes. So mage, assassin, fighter, healer, tank, ranger. What would you be? What's your preferred class?
I would want to say healer because of that anime using healing the wrong way.
Okay, yeah.
But low key, I think I would be like a tank, bro.
A tank?
Almost every S class hero is like a fucking tank.
Okay.
So it's just to show you like proof, like just strength alone, like crazy brutal strength literally can overpower.
Take
a lot
on that
of things.
damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but there is one healer. He was in the beginning of the first episode, but they haven't really dived into him.
Yeah, they showcase a little bit of like a
little bit of everybody.
Yeah,
but they don't really go into like details right away. That's into like later on in seasons.
Well, so I do want to talk about the documentary, but
go for it. Yeah, because I haven't seen it actually. I know we talked about it in a previous episode.
Yeah, so they were talking about, and this is where like my full circle, like hater, non-hater mode went.
Why
through.
Are you such a hater, bro?
Shut the fuck.
Why are you such a hater? Were you born like this? Is this something? Was this your seconding a hater awakening?
Well, just because I was like, what is all the hype around this damn anime?
I feel like any anime that has hype, you try to stay away from it.
I do because I don't know.
Why?
Because it's like a wave. Because I hate being primed, like because then I'm looking at it like with all these eyes on me. Like, what'd you think about it? And I'm like, I'm still watching it. I haven't fucking made up my mind yet.
What is there to think about?
you or why? So
come on.
So at the beginning of this damn documentary, it's like, oh, they're like talking about it. It's so revolutionary and it touched so many people's souls. And the quote that pissed me off was, "It's the kind of story everyone dreams of." And I was like, what story? Of leveling up or like becoming a dungeon master?
No. I think by that quote, the way I'm thinking about it is like Dragon Ball. We all grew watching Dragon Ball, and in the sense of like Dragon Ball teached us, or Goku teached us, that if we push our limits, if we're constant, because he's like the only way he can get strong, and it's like working out, and And that's something that was taught to us right from the beginning. Working out and pushing your limits to get stronger, right?
In Solo?
So in Solo is kind of like that thing, like being weak. And I mean, the system does help, but he does have like a mental thing about like pushing himself to the limits. And you saw that in the last 2 episodes when he was fighting the Knight, even though he knew he was faced upon an opponent that he couldn't beat. And it was funny because I loved it because he couldn't beat that guy with the sword. So he was like, no swords. And the Knight was like, fuck it, bro. I'm with you too. Hand to hand combat.
Oh, right. That was
a good episode, right?
That's what I'm talking about. That's when it got like fucking crazy good. And I was just like, damn.
The fact that the Knight was like, I'm a Knight, bro. I'm going to honor this. You don't want swords? No problem. I'll give you the hand to hand combat.
I even like the title of that episode. Like, what is it? The Knight that defends an empty throne. And I was like, damn, it's kind of poetic, bro.
That's poetic, man. That's some shit like Kendrick Lamar would say right now, bro. Because he is protecting an empty throne, man. Hey, J. Cole and Drake trying to get this throne, and Kendrick Lamar's like, yo.
I know. I do have something for when we're getting to
That's at the end.
I'm ready for it. But so they were talking about, the webtoon come up, and then where. And I do just recommend that you should just watch it because I don't want to give too much away of it. But definitely, if you are a fan of like the behind the scenes, or if you are a fan of the Solo Leveling, what they were talking about is basically the anime studio not has a hand in it, but they're almost writing it together. The anime studio and the people who make the webtoon and the people that make like the original web novel. It's like a very, I don't know how to describe it besides like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like where the people making the movies are helping like with the comics and vice versa. Different from DC with their movies. Something that it kind of like got me excited about was I kind of wish, and DC has been kind of doing this, where they would just take the manga to anime approach with making movies. Like I wish that they would just turn straight comics into movies, or like a TV series. I think that would be fucking fire. Like in the same style, the same kind of like, rhythm and
storyline.
I think that would just be like so dope. And I don't know why they don't do that. DC has been kind of doing it with their stuff, like into like their movies. Like if there's a really dope or like nice collection of comics that's like a graphic novel, they'll turn that graphic novel into a movie and like follow it like faithfully. So that's kind of what happened with Solo Leveling is they have this webtoon and then they upgrade it and they pinnacle or whatever you would think is an anime. So I think taking it down would be like to do like a live action, but I do have stuff about like live action, but and then they were talking about like we're in snack culture, so where people don't like to watch or read something super, super long. They want bite size. How you were talking about like it goes quick. Yeah. How like the whole arc was just the first half of the first episode. Yeah. So, that's what it is. Snack culture. And then they were talking about that they knew that it was getting big because people call it, how we talk about like JJK. That's Jujutsu Kaisen. So they kept referring to Solo Leveling as just Solo. There was a come up or a crop of a bunch of like Solo knockoffs. So there was a bunch of titles coming out with Solo in the name. So we have like My Solo System, another one called Solo playing solo through the multiverse, and a lot of them are just straight solo. There was like 4 that was just solo.
So that's how you're getting big when other people are using your
copying,
name, or copying you, or
so they were like. So like I said, it started with like the fucking novel, and then they wanted let's do a webtoon, and they're like, okay, people who like the webtoon want a physical copy. So we were talking about, and I think in the Akira episode about how I read manga online, and then if I do like it, I will go with the physical copy. So that's what it was, but there was no physical copy, but they kept getting demanded like, where the fuck is the physical copy? And then once they get that, then they're like, okay, where the fuck is the anime? Right. So they kind of have to they're chasing the demand. It's a beautiful documentary. It's 2 episodes, kind of flew through it. Or 20 minutes each. Things to finish it out. So they have these different guilds, and then there's one for America, the Scavenger Guild. They have one for Japan, the Draw Sword Guild, and then Korea has 6 guilds. So I know it's a Korean webtoon that's like branching off into Japan because of the anime, and then America just because we consume a lot of anime. They were doing like the premieres, and I think they're trying to follow the Demon Slayer route where they release in theaters because they produced the first 2 movies in theaters.
I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't go. I really hope that
not
producers don't go the Demon Slayer route. It's really annoying.
The stuff that they were doing
there's
recently,
so much the Demon Slayer.
What about a movie?
No, I don't mind the movie. I don't mind. I just don't like the way Demon Slayer is doing it now with their movies. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like they're fucking like, oh, well, we know that you're a Demon Slayer fan, so I know you're going to watch. They're just dangling random shit in front of us, and they're expecting us to eat it. Yeah, we'll take a bite. Taste it. But I ain't coming back for more if it don't taste good, bro. Like, how you going to give me a great-ass movie?
We talked about
that Demon Slayer train movie was fucking epic.
Yeah.
That shit was fire. Literally and figuratively. That shit was fire.
They should keep that route. I don't know why.
And then all of a sudden they switched it up where they're like, oh, here's the last 2 episodes recap and here's 30 minutes of the new episode into a movie. I didn't get a chance to see the second movie, but I got a chance to see the third, which is the training arc. And I was so disappointed, bro. I can see why you didn't even go attempt to watch the training arc movie.
Well, if I was more caught up, then yes, because we had a friend who didn't see the last 2 episodes of the last season, and it was kind of like cool to see that continuation, because it is cool to see it on the big screen, but it just depends on what the content is. So when you're doing like a first episode, if it's slow, I would be okay to see the first 2 episodes of Solo Leveling in theaters. Well, how would you feel?
No, not in theaters.
The first 2 episodes?
But that's the thing.
I would definitely watch the last 2 episodes in theaters.
Why would I waste my money on that though?
I mean, we have the Regal Unlimited, so that's it's not really.
But I'm saying, but like in general, for the people that don't have the Regal Unlimited, we all not blessed like you are, bro.
Oh my god!
But for the rest of the poor people
in these videos, is because he is so capped right now, bro.
I'm telling you right now, man, for the rest of the poor people,
right?
Why would we go watch something we already saw on our, on TV or whatever we watch it, the phone, computer, whatever, choice of device. Why would we go and spend like $13, $14, $15 to watch
new movies in the theater?
And that's what I'm saying. That would be pretty dope. Or if they just decide to turn one arc, well, not one arc because their fucking arcs are so small. Yeah. If they decide to turn another 7 arcs into just a movie, I will go watch that.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, it looks like they're writing that, because and I haven't read the webtoon, but like they were talking in the documentary that there are people who aren't even on the screen. They talk about like that rich kid. He's talked about in the webtoon, but you don't really get to see him until like way later. So they were like, hey, so what does he look like? What's his vibe? Or they were asking like the writer, what is the rest of the world doing while he's solo leveling? So they are fleshing out the world together with this anime, from the webtoon, which I think is, kind of beautiful.
And it is,
we have like a big thing with anime studios, and I learned a lot, even just from this 20-minute documentary about how the manga gets adapted. So who gets like shopped around, and you get offers, or it's pretty cool. So they are working on a spinoff. Duel, who replaced Chugong as the writer of Solo Leveling, he's already started working on a spinoff web novel that is getting a webtoon later this year. It's called Solo Leveling Ragnarok.
Yes.
So they are, working on that. And then, so for video games and movies, January 2022, Netmarble announced that they are going to be developing an RPG for the series Solo Leveling. Netmarble, they make like mobile games. So they were the ones that made like this Fate Grand Zero Order game. I don't know if you ever played Marvel Future Fight.
I don't play mobile games.
It's just one of those games.
Yeah.
And we talked about in the, in the Pokemon episode with Snail about Ni no Kuni, which is like a Studio Ghibli kind of like game that was on the PlayStation, but now they have it on mobile. That's the only thing that they have really for Solo Leveling as far as like video games. I think it would be pretty cool, but I don't know. The show itself is already kind of like a video game. Like what I'm going to title this episode is, it's Let's Play the Anime. Mm-hmm. So you're just watching him like fucking solo level. And he does get a lot of points and bonuses, and he fucking cleared it with more than half his health, and he cleared all the enemies. And I don't know if you ever played Pokemon where they have like the EXP share. Mm-hmm. You give your Pokemon that and they fucking go through the levels.
Yep.
So he levels up a lot too. It's all arbitrary. But as far as for movies, no movies, but they are Peak Fiction reported that they are working on a live action K-drama. So a K-drama is just a Korean drama.
For this anime?
For this anime. So the creative director of D&C Webtoons Biz revealed that the K-drama is in the early stages of development.
Look, when it comes to live action, I think I'm going to start putting myself in this bubble of like, I don't don't have high expectations, but I'm not gonna knock it off just because One Piece changed that for me.
Damn.
Because I like every time we talk
character development on the podcast right now.
Oh my god, I'm growing up, bro. I'm growing up, man.
Right before your very ears.
Right before I'm growing up. I just feel like I'm always talking so negative about live action, and like you said, you were like in that one episode, you were like, Lewis, you were talking so much fucking trash about One Piece. You were like, oh, it's gonna be trash. It's gonna be shitty. Why even attempt? And then when it came out, you were like, yo, it's actually pretty decent. It wasn't that bad.
It was. Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like some live actions are heading down the right path and the right foot.
Well, you're having a good time, and you know, I do kind of. We're almost done, but you're having a good time with Avatar: The Last Airbender, right?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I think they could have picked better actors, and I know a lot of these actors are like brand new, so their acting skills are kind of off here and there. Yeah, like
I mean, you don't want to give it to the newbies. Maybe like flush them out. Maybe you can grow with them. Like,
well, yeah.
Harry Potter was new. You know, those actors when they first started off, but they grew into the roles.
Yeah, that's true. But like I said, I don't want to knock it off. I don't want to be like, like there is some parts in the Airbender I'm like, but that's just because I'm referencing to the actual anime, you know?
Yeah.
But to me, I always think to myself, is like, why do they do that though? Like, why do they divert from the actual story? Like, if the story is already written out, you know what I mean? If it already has success and people backing it up, why then change it to something different?
I know. I mean, we did talk about it in the live action anime episode, but
that would always be my question.
Creative liberties. Like they think that they
can do it better.
Yeah, for their story. Like I said, Marvel does it all the time.
But that is the same story. The amount of things that changes is so noticeable because us as like huge Avatar fans, we notice like Aang doesn't do that. But Aang has never done that.
I'm
Where
okay
is this
if they
power
change
coming from?
Things if it services the story though. I'm not mad that they changed it just because they changed it. It depends on if it's like a change for the better or a change for the worse.
I think some parts was a change for worse. I feel like they should have just kept it as originally is.
Right.
You know, like the story wasn't bad to begin with. And the story was really good because it succeeded. So why change it?
I don't know. I have that. Well, I do want to watch it. You know, we might even do an episode if I'm able to get it. I might try to watch it on the airplane or whatever. But
no, for sure.
You know, the most recent thing that I have is that they, you know, just today or just this weekend or whatever, they announced that they are going to do a season 2.
Yes. They actually even announced that it's going to be 7 seasons.
7 seasons?
Dang. 7 or 6 seasons. Yeah. 7 or 6. I saw that too. Like it said like, oh, they're announcing that they're going to do, or they're going to push for 6 seasons for this show. And then they're going to
end it in 6 seasons? Like, or
they're going to end it.
6 seasons.
No, they're going to end it. Because the anime ended. You know, the webtoon, and it ended. But there is a spinoff, right, which is what you're talking about. So there is a spinoff. So there's more to it. So yeah, I think like 6 or 7 seasons should cover the webtoon for solo leveling.
Okay.
And that would then introduce the spinoff. Because the spinoff is actually just as good as solo leveling, in my opinion.
The spinoff?
Yeah.
Wait, you've been reading it, bro?
You know, don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying.
Whatever.
Don't worry about it. Don't ask too many questions, bro. Okay, it's better if you don't know. Because then I don't want to hear this whole, don't ruin it for me, spoiler alert. I'd rather just keep it to myself, man.
If I cared about this manga like or webtoon like that, then yeah. But it's whatever. Like, spoiler for yourself. I don't care.
No, I don't want to spoil it.
I just watched it for this episode. And I'm glad I watched it because it was breezy, but
so you wouldn't watch the season 2
for the podcast? Yeah.
No, but actually, like for
you know what? I did get excited when the necromancer stuff because
it gets deeper, bro.
I felt the same way. Like I was like, necromancer, it's not really my vibe. You know, I'm not really an assassin either. But
what are you?
Out of the 3,
I think it's 4.
There's a bunch.
I think it's warrior, healer, tank.
I don't know, man. Probably mage. I like fighter. Like you know, if I'm going off of D&D rules. So in D&D right now, I'm playing as a drunken master, like a boxer. So I would go with that. But I also do like if I could be something, I would be a mage.
Probably. A mage?
I'll probably be a mage who has the hands. So he's a necromancer, but he has the stats as an assassin.
Well, the way he thought about it was like, well, I don't have to be in the back. I can be in the front lines,
right?
too.
And then still have like those powers. You know, to think of spell sword. So where you still are able to use a sword, but then in your left hand you have like the spells. So I did like the anime. Not really gonna watch the webtoon, and I might actually see because. You know, the way the documentary was is like they cherry pick like these ones like, okay, this one has a lot of broad like appeal. Like I think anybody would like this because of, you know, you insert yourself. Like it's big in Korea because he visits a lot of Korean landmarks. Like the first dungeon that he does is like this hangout spot that everybody goes to in Korea. So I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
But just heads up though, with the manhwa, the anime is mainly focused on Jingwoo. I feel like a lot of these characters, like side characters, just don't get the story that they deserve.
I think they will though in the anime.
They don't.
In the anime.
They don't.
The anime hasn't come out yet.
People come and go. Like in the manga or the manhwa, people come and go, bro. It's crazy. Like you feel like you want to have a second favorite, and when you do, you're like, it's like if they don't elevate Jingwoo, then we got to move on to the next character. Every character that is like in Jingwoo's path is either pushing him forward, or if not, the author is like, nope, next character. Nope, next character. Okay, this character can push him forward a little bit. Okay, now that Jingwoo's succeeded this character, next character. I promise you. Even his best friend, the one that's running the guide with him, the co-owner of this guide or whatever, you get to hear a little bit about him just because he's literally next to Jingwoo. But after a while, you're like, wait, what happened to his friend? Like, he becomes irrelevant at a point just because of how strong he becomes.
Yeah, well, he's not really in like the last couple episodes.
It's like think about Jingwoo as like a celebrity. The higher he goes up, the less you as a friend become important. You get what I'm saying? Like they don't have enough time for you anymore. You're still the average Joe. You know what I mean? So
is that gonna happen to us, bro? What's going on?
No. I'm saying well, I'm hoping that we both are moving up the ladder. This is both our podcasts.
So like, yeah, we really like the podcast, but I think that young Morgan freshman or whatever he said, I think he's holding you back.
Yo, I thought about that. I ain't even gonna lie. That shit like ran through my head one day.
I know it did.
And I thought about it.
Like, I want to solo level the podcast.
Did you think about that? I was thinking about that. I was like, bro, what if like, but I was thinking about the other way. I was like, what if they come, like, I don't know, some type of producer or company comes up and they're like, yo, we love your podcast, but unfortunately, Kid Lewis is not the vibe we're looking for. You know, I think you can do better on your own. And with the resources and your voice and your charisma, I think this can be bigger. But you just kind of have to let Kid Lewis go. Would you do it, bro?
Hell no. Like I say in the intro, welcome to the Non Hyperbolic Podcast, whatever. I'm your host, X, blah, blah, young Morgan Freeman. And as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
Well, I'm just saying, man. I was like, in my head, I'm like, nah. Like, if you like this podcast, it just comes with the both of us. You know, we created this together. We had this idea for this podcast together, and it's just how it is. If you want Kid Lewis, it comes with a young Morgan Freeman. Vice versa.
Two halves of hyperbolic. I'm the hyper, you're the bolic.
That's it right there, bro. The yin and the yang, bro. This is how it works. So yeah. But I'm glad we talked about it, and now it's on air.
It's cemented.
So it's cemented. You know what I mean? So if you ever see X doing his own thing on YouTube or coming up with his own podcast, you just refer to this episode like, yo, X, you switched up on a nigga. You switched up on your boy. How dare you, man?
Well, I was thinking of like spin-off podcasts. So we were even talking about
spin-off. We were talking about it. Remember, we were talking about the Hood Rat podcast.
We're not. So before let's go ahead and get on to the next segment of the show. But any last words about solo leveling?
It's a great anime. I like it. I like the concept of the underdog becoming strong. But that, like you said, that's mostly almost every anime.
Yeah, I think it is very accessible though. I think part of its success is that it is not bland, but it is like anybody can watch it. Kind of like there's a lot of people who watch Let's Plays, like where other people play video games. So you're kind of like watching him do that in his own anime. Yeah. So and like you said, he wears a hoodie. He doesn't wear, like, you don't have to be super into fantasy because he is just kind of like a whatever guy,
a regular Joe. Yeah. Just super strong all of a sudden. I just want people to know solo leveling. Like if you just got done watching with season 1, you just barely hit the surface. That was just the surface. Like there's so much more, like way much more in depth. And they'll explain it to you later on. So don't just think it's like your basic cut dry underdog. He's going to continue to get strong. Stronger opponents are going to present themselves and he's going to find a way to beat them and, keep going up that ladder.
Yeah, he's saying it gets complex.
Just know there's more complexity to this anime. So definitely keep watching. Don't give up on it. Because of this anime, we got pretty good memes out of it. So
yeah, I guess it.
You know what I mean? One day we might be able to use that meme where like the huge statue is the norm and everybody else is every other anime podcast underneath us.
I'll knock that up tonight.
Damn, bro. If you do that, that's gonna cost a lot. Of people gotta be, who the fuck do they think they are?
The best podcast in the whole world.
The audacity of these underdogs thinking they're big dogs all of a sudden.
Hey, solo level. We're solo level.
But yeah, damn, bro, I'm actually lying. That's actually pretty. What do we make? We should do that. I feel like that would stir up the podcast world. The podcast world right now is too fucking cut and dry, bro. It needs a little mix up. You know what I'm talking about? And that's why we're here. The norms are here, bro. We're about to mix shit up. We
need to throw a Molotov cocktail like Kendrick Lamar, bro.
Exactly, man.
So speaking of, go ahead. What you reading, what you watching, what you're playing. So Kid Lewis, bro, what you reading, what you watching, what you're playing, bro.
All right, playing, big dog. Let me see. So reading, I'm trying to think about what I'm reading.
You should have this stuff written down, bro.
I don't. I try to keep this shit off like straight up my head, but then it's funny because then I go home and then I like all this shit starts popping in my head. Like, yo, I was just watching this. I was just reading that. I'm like, why the fuck didn't I mention that on the podcast?
Because you don't come prepared.
I come on the moment, bro. Sometimes you gotta live in the moment. You gotta talk in the moment. Plus that's your part, bro.
I can't prepare what you're reading, watching, and playing.
I know that's your part. That's you. That's what you do,
okay,
man.
This is what Lewis was reading, watching, and playing.
So
solo leveling videos on YouTube.
Reading, I'm gonna say nothing right now, bro. Yeah. Like always, I'm not. I'm reading. Oh, you know what? I didn't read it all the way, but I got done like a couple of chapters of that book from that guy.
Oh,
the husband from another world or something like that.
Yes, yeah. What do you think? We can save it. We can do an episode on it.
Let's see. Well, I just told you I got done watching the new movie Godzilla X-Con.
And
it was good, bro. Yeah. It was good. I give it a solid good 8. 8, yeah. It was a solid good. It's a good action movie. And that's what I really enjoyed. It was a good action movie. You know, it had a lot of there wasn't not a lot of dull moments. Like literally like, you know, those moments that die down. It's more like just dialogue.
The King Kong versus Godzilla, I feel like had some dull moments, but then once they started fighting, then it was
that's like, when it was picking up.
Yeah.
I feel like my favorite part in that movie was when they introduced Mecha Godzilla.
Oh, at the end?
At the end. I think that's where it like spiced it up a little bit just to keep you on your toes. Because I wasn't really expecting it, being honest.
I knew they were gonna like Batman versus Superman like team up and then fight somebody else. I don't know if it was gonna be Mecha Godzilla or like, you know, Ghidorah was gonna come up, or if there was gonna be a bigger Godzilla. Because sometimes you know there's a Godzilla and there's like a bigger one. But
it was like I said,
too much action or
no. It's perfect, bro. Perfect. Okay. Like I said, I give it a solid 8.
I do want to check it out. You know,
solid 8.
We'll probably go to the movies to go see it soon. I do want to watch Kung Fu Panda as well. There's a lot of good movies coming out. I'm so glad that I have that, you know.
The card?
Yeah, man, because I don't want to question. Like, if I want to watch a movie, I just want to be able to
watch it, yeah. Without, like, thinking about it, like, damn, should I pay another $13 to go watch this?
Or should I try to justify it, like, by bringing somebody?
But I feel like it works for you because you have, like, multiple friends. So, like, if one friend can't go with you, but then next week he's like, hey, you down to go? You could be like, yeah, no problem.
Oh, man, our friend Oscar, he went to go see the Dune movie 3 times.
Did he get the card?
No.
Oh, he paid?
He paid.
Dude, crazy. I'm going to talk to him, bro. We paying him too much money. He's just throwing his money around.
I know. I'm just going to start paying him in Regal Unlimited.
You're like, yo, bro, we're going to pay your monthly subscription because you're wilding out with the money we're giving you, man. You're just
bro.
Blurring.
Just fucking giving it to Dune. Giving it to Timothy Chalamet. Giving it to Willy Wonka himself.
Right? But people said the movie's pretty good. I haven't seen it personally.
I heard it was pretty good, though.
I haven't seen it, but I heard it's like 3 hours long. I heard it's a long-ass movie.
I haven't seen the first one, so, you know, we do want to watch it, but...
Sometimes for me, when I hear like a movie super long, it pushes me to not want to watch it.
Really?
Even if they say it's like, no, but it's like really good, but it's like,
damn, dude, can I stay awake that long?
Yeah, it's like, no, but just like, those are like one of those movies that I like going to AMC, right? And the reason I like going to AMC because the tickets are cheaper. Right? So like, you know, it's like $7 a pop and I go watch a quick movie, done. Right. But they're chairs. There's no cushion. It sucks, bro. It hurts your back. It hurts your ass. Like, I'm telling you, it sucks. So for me to be like, oh, I'm going to go watch Doom on AMC movie theater, like 3 hours and sitting in that uncomfortable chair where you're just like shifting your weight from one cheek to the other because you're like getting sore for 3 hours. Yeah, no. For those long ass movies, I'd rather pay the extra money and go to like those nice comfy movie movie theaters where they have those like extra cushion sheets,
The recliner.
with the recliners. You get a blanket if you want.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Those I'm willing to pay a little extra money, but just because I know it's gonna literally dedicate me sitting down for a good amount of time just to watch it. Dune is definitely on my list of movies to watch. Kung Fu Panda 2. I wanted to go watch that.
Have you seen the first one, Dune?
Yeah, I've seen the first one.
Man, we'll get around to it. Playing
Tekken 8.
You been playing Tekken 8?
I know this episode is going to come out pretty soon, so I want you guys to be aware that we are having a Tekken 8 tournament on April the 20th on a Saturday. We haven't specified the time yet, 100% sure, but we're definitely going to be shouting it out pretty soon on our IG account, the norm_. Definitely follow us and definitely be prepared. We are getting ready to Twitch. We are getting ready to go all out on this Tekken 8. There might even be a giveaway on this episode or on this Twitch.
Whoa.
So yeah, be excited. Be excited. Definitely come watch. Me, X, and the boys are coming together.
Gonna be fucking up the podcast room with some Tekken 8, bro.
Some Tekken 8, man. You guys are gonna be front row seats to watch this and see who's the best at Tekken 8 and who sucks.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be a really good stream. Come watch us. Tell your friends, tell your uncle, tell your grandfather, tell your dogs. Tekken 8, the norm, April 20th. Put it on your calendar because it's going to be fire and lit.
For sure. All right, cool, man.
All right, man. How about you, bro? X, tell me, man, what you watching, what you streaming, what you gaming, what you doing with your life, my boy.
So not reading anything. I've slowed down.
Damn, X, you not reading?
I know. I slowed down on the reading. I haven't even been reading like my usual stuff.
That's crazy. And you're a bookworm, bro. You always got your nose in the books.
I know. Well, so I go tomorrow to do my allergy shots, and I didn't go last week. And then, like I said, I'm going on the plane. So what I am going to be reading, or what I want to read, is I want to finish my Tomie. Still reading Dragon Ball, like the physical. And then there's this other one, Akira Toriyama's Manga Theater. I don't know. I don't want to say I gave up on One Piece, but when we did that episode and I said that they were going to redo it, I kind of maybe want to wait, just because even with the manga, it is a lot. Like there's so much going on. Everybody's talking, and I'm just like, damn.
True.
Like, when I was watching the Solo Leveling documentary, like it is like very not flashy, but there's not a lot of dialogue in the webtoons, which is also a reason why you can just fucking fire through it. Playing, like I said earlier, I'm doing Helldivers. I do Helldivers once a week on Thursdays. So if you guys want to fuck up some Helldivers, we can add you to the Discord. But I feel like all my friends are playing Helldivers. I have different friends, and they're like finally meeting each other through Helldivers. So, it is pretty hyped. But I don't know. I also want to start playing some more Tekken because I want to maybe like get a little bit better so I can cement myself as like the king of Iron Fist Tournament 8.
If you win the tournament, you win the norm in our headquarters.
Yeah.
That's a lie. Don't take that.
Yeah.
That's not the prize. I promise
like, Fred, he lives here now.
Right? You're like, yo, I take this. I live here now, bro.
That's what I'm actually worried about is Fred. Like, because,
because he's that good?
He's that good. Like, Oscar has some moves. I'm sure I can sort you out, but... But Fred, he's gonna make me earn my victory. Oh, and JP's coming too.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, but I fucking kill him too.
Well, I think Jam is gonna come too. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. And then last watching. So I have been like finishing a lot of the shows that I've been like holding on to. So I finished Big Mouths. I love that show. That show is so fucking funny.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character
in Big Mouths? Oh my god, I kind of love them all. My favorite character is between Lola and Jay.
Why do I like the way she talks?
It's so funny. She reminds me of LSP from Adventure Time.
Yes.
She just has, I can't even do her voice. I'm bad at voices, but she's just so funny.
Just the way she talks, bro. I wish I can. Yeah, like it's like this weird 40-year-old voice. Like,
oh my god, I love it. She's so fucking funny. I like all the characters. I feel like Maury makes me laugh the most.
Who's Maury? The Jewish kid?
No, he is the hormone monster.
He
makes me laugh like the most. Him and Andrew, I like them together. And
they're just two big ass perverts, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is.
There's like a Valentine's Day episode where everybody's talking about like how they met or their first like date or whatever. And I just I don't know, man. I've only seen that show once through. I kind of want to give it some time, but that is like a funny ass show.
There's this episode in that show where Andrew gets new neighbors and it's like a Hispanic girl.
Yeah, mom and a dad.
And she's a mom and a daughter. And he's like the hormone monster counselor is like keeps telling him like,
yeah, you're fucking it up with
the daughter because the daughter is so into you, but he keeps insisting that the mother, the mother is the one, like that is the trophy right there. Yes. And he does everything and anything possible. And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, did Andrew watch like American Pie or something? Like, is this where he's referencing this shit from? Like,
he's in a very developmental age right now.
He thought this nigga thought mature. He can get himself a MILF.
Yeah,
he really thought
he's got a mustache.
This little middle schooler.
not even yet. Oh no, he's in middle school. He's just a middle schooler. Yeah,
he's probably like in 8th grade. I think they're about to venture to high school, right? I think they already did, right?
They're in summer. They're about to be in high school.
About to. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. This 8th grader really think he can get himself a full 30 or 40-year-old woman just because he thinks she's like signaling out to him or something. I'm like, bro, the daughter.
And then I'm also going through Invincible. Love that show. Love it.
You haven't finished it?
Not yet. I finished the mid-season, but it came back. I think there's 2 episodes.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it came
back. Fucking lying.
I promise.
Oh shit.
So
I'm gonna have to go on Amazon Prime and watch this shit.
So it's
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it came back already. For family movie night, the next movie that we're gonna do is either Tuxedo or Rumble in the Bronx.
So you guys are still doing Jackie Chan?
Yeah, the Extrava Jackie Chanza. But we might do Tuxedo, but have you seen Rumble in the Bronx?
I might have. I don't like I can't remember it. I do remember the movie Tuxedo though.
Yeah, Tuxedo I saw in theaters a long time ago. But Rumble in the Bronx, you know, if my mom's gonna be there, I think we'll do Rumble in the Bronx. So it's a Jackie Chan movie, and he just fights everybody in New York. That's what he does.
Fights everybody in New York.
He does. That's what he does.
You need to see that show on HBO Max. Is it on HBO Max? Yeah, HBO Max. Behind the set or behind the scenes. The one where they expose like Nickelodeon.
Oh, I didn't see it, but I have.
You gotta watch it, bro. Have you ever seen Drake and Josh?
I did. Yeah. I don't know. I will watch it.
It would ruin it for you, bro.
I know.
It ruined it for me. I ain't gonna lie. I was so pissed. I was like, nah, bro.
Well, I saw the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, and that shit kind of like made me unsettle. And they have like the Michael Jackson ones and the I was gonna say Ray Charles, the R. Kelly stuff, but. Yeah, all those documentaries, they are very eye-opening, and sometimes they do need to be watched so we can fucking, court of public opinion. But
yes,
I don't know. I'm in no real rush to watch it, but I heard about it. I know what's going on.
Whenever you get a chance, bro, definitely give it a watch. I think it was really good. It was an eye-opener, like you said, and it was like shit that I was not thinking that was happening because they're so lively, they're so happy all the time.
Just like the P. Diddy stuff, like a lot of that stuff we already knew and was already out. Like it was already known that the guy Dan Schneider or whatever, that he was a creep, that he was like this, But
the thing about that show, which I don't think
documentary opens up the whole thing. Okay.
So in that documentary,
we already knew R. Kelly pissed on that girl, but it goes into detail about everything else.
No. In this documentary, it's 4 episodes. The first 3 episodes is about Dan Schneider, right? And the thing about Dan is like the first 3 episodes, they don't insinuate like he did anything sexual per se to anybody because nobody has come out like in public and said it. But they did situate that he was a creep, that he did have like this weird fetishes and he would like relive them by making them do some weird shit.
Right.
And like he would like videotape it.
Right.
Or whatever. Yeah, like it's like that weird shit. It wasn't until the last episode where they talked about like the real gruesome shit that was happening behind scenes. But it wasn't done by Dan. It was done by other people on the set.
Right.
So every time I go online or whatever, Instagram, and people are talking about this documentary, they're always talking about Dan Schneider. And I'm like, why are you guys not talking about the real monster? Like, don't get me wrong. Dan Schneider is, he's creepy as fuck. And I do believe that he might have done some other shit, but just people are not willing to talk about it or come out willingly to say what happened.
Right.
But the fact that we do have one actual cast member that was really big and prominent in the Nickelodeon world at that time come out and say, hey, I was sexually assaulted. It wasn't by Dan Schneider, but it was by somebody in the set. But like people don't talk about that. And I'm wondering why. Like that last episode was like the most crucial episode in that whole documentary. That's just me. But like to finish this podcast off, bro, in a good vibe.
Go ahead.
Just real quick.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about this little Kendrick, Drake, and Aubrey Cole and J. Cole and Jermaine Cole. Jermaine Cole beef. What do you think, bro? I know you heard the song.
I know. I don't want to talk too much about it because we're already at the end of the episode. episode, but I did hear the song, and what we'll just say, because I want to save it, but because I have a lot to say.
Yeah, sum it up, bro. I know we don't.
What side are you on, bro?
I am on. I can't
it.
be.
I knew it.
You didn't even let me finish the sentence, bro.
I fucking knew it.
Look, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm just waiting on J. Cole's response.
No.
That's it.
I think he will respond.
And I know Drake will. And I feel they actually was so funny. They dropped a song of Drake responding back to Kendrick Lamar's verse. It wasn't all that. So people are saying like, oh, it could have been like AI generated. Okay. I have a feeling that Drake already did his response, leaked it. People weren't feeling it. So now he's saying it was AI. That's not me.
Oh, really?
So I low key feel like he's just testing the waters to see if he's lyrical enough to be at that Kendrick Lamar level. And
he doesn't even have to go lyrical. So the reason I like the fight, or the war, the Civil War, the reason I like this.
The whole Civil War was like, yeah.
The reason I love it is because everybody has their strengths, and everybody is like, so he doesn't have to out lyric him. He can just like hit him with the facts. He can just hit him with like these numbers and things like that. And J. Cole, and who's it talking to? I was talking to my homeboy. I feel like J. Cole has like creeped up, maybe eclipsing or like matching Kendrick Lamar as far as like lyrics, because he has been in the gym. J. Cole has been fucking putting in the work. And I will always, like respect Kendrick like at a crazy amount. I feel like he needs to release more. Like I know he did the last shots or whatever, but he needs to go again. He needs to go back to back, bro. He needs to fucking do another one, bro.
But he literally answered your question by you saying like he needs to release more. He said, I am not Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I am Prince.
Yeah, Prince outlived Mike. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm releasing. Yes, Prince didn't release the same amount of albums that Michael Jackson did. But the reason Prince was as good as he did was because he was releasing art. He was releasing like he called himself an artist. Yeah. Michael Jackson was just like more of a crowd pleaser. So I do get with that in that sense of like Kendrick is making these albums, but it's like artistic. It takes time. He's putting energy into it. And yes, he can't be dropping albums like Drake does Drake be dropping albums in the middle of fucking Wednesday at 3 in the afternoon, and you didn't even know about it until everybody's like, yo, did y'all know that he dropped a new album?
I know.
You know what I mean? He just drops albums to fucking drop albums at this point, man.
Yeah, but that's not the only, but that is a big thing against Kendrick Lamar is that imagine
he doesn't have the numbers like Drake does. Is that what it is?
Not the hits, but like just like the freaking volume of music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, or even like on features. Like that's what J. Cole has against like both of them. And Drake is on a lot of features, but J. Cole crushes it. And I feel like if Kendrick Lamar produced like 10% more songs, he would still crush it. The quality wouldn't go down. I don't know why he's holding on to so much music. He was talking about in an interview that he has like a whole hard drive full of songs. And I'm like, okay, well, fucking put one of them out.
Put something out, bro.
Yeah, man.
Put a leak something, bro. Or a single. A mixtape or single, something, like, bro. An underground tape, something,
One of my favorite rappers, Lupe Fiasco, he did an album recently or whatever, but in the in-between, he has been putting out singles that, that people vibe with and, replay or whatever.
Yeah, just keep himself relevant.
Yeah.
Keep people's, his name inside people's mouths.
I just think he needs to release more music, Kendrick.
He can. And I know that it took a while between his last album to this album to release. I remember people were like, what happened to Kendrick? Like, the nigga fell off. Like,
he produced a masterpiece, though. And it was a masterpiece. Last the test of time. But
I low-key am just waiting.
Against these other superheroes, I think Kendrick needs to come up. And, he did help out Baby Keem, and he was, on those songs. So it's not like he hasn't released anything. I just think that he needs to release more. And always, always more.
No, but I'm low-key just waiting for J. Cole's response. I feel like I know Drake is gonna give a response.
What's your team? You didn't give me the team, even though I already know.
I can't, bro. But I feel like I'm gonna go with J. Cole.
J. Cole?
J. Cole.
Okay. All right.
Is that what you thought?
I thought you were going with Drake, bro.
Nah. I'm being honest, I'm not a big Drake fan like that, bro. I think I've said this before. I think in the podcast we talked about.
You think that Drake doesn't belong in the GOAT status?
I personally.
That's what I'm saying.
I personally don't. But like you said, that nigga has numbers to back it up.
Yeah, and he does have like bops, and he does have like he is lyrical, but
in my opinion, yes, I feel like he's always going to be mentioned as top 3 because he has Superman numbers to back it up. He has like you can talk a lot of shit about Drake, but then Drake can be like, well, I got these many albums that reach platinum. I got these many singles that reach these numbers. Did any of your albums reach these numbers? Did any of your hits hit these numbers? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in his way, his defense is numbers. And like you said, like JC said,
no, but like even with
numbers don't lie. You feel me?
But even with like anthems, or his music does still hold up as far as like how long they've been, like started from the bottom, or like all the shit from like
oh, no, it still
Take
holds
Care.
up. Yeah, no, there's good songs. I'm not saying he doesn't drop good songs. Now, a lot of the good songs that are catchy are literally like pop music, like Michael Jackson, bro. It's catchy, it's good. I'm not hating on it, and I'm definitely not hating on Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, to me, when you compare lyrics between J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake, I feel like J. Cole and Kendrick are literally top lyrical. You know, but there is a rap or a part in the diss that he says like, oh, is it money? Is it power? Or is it respect? And he says the last one is better.
Right.
So basically saying like Drake is the money. He has the money. He has, you know what I mean? Cole is powerful lyrical.
The lyrics. He's like a very influential.
Yes, he's very influential. You know what I mean? And then respect, like you said, we respect Kendrick Lamar.
I feel like, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like J. Cole is in that middle. Like he said, he's the middle child in that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he can like go either way, and he chose to go on the side of Drake.
I feel like J. Cole is climbing up there for me, but I am gotta keep it tried and true to Kendrick. Kendrick, yeah. I just love the art.
I just want to go the back and forth. Like at this point, I don't even care if it's just like a friendly thing.
It is friendly, but it's friendly competition.
But that's, you know, but the way they're making it,
fuck that nigga, bro.
Yeah, like, but that's what I'm saying. Like the way the society is making it seem, it's making it seem like, nah, man, fuck this shit, bro. What?
Rap.
You got Metro, you got fucking Future beefing with.
Shout out to my homies, man. I texted everybody on my phone and I was like, Kendrick, Drake, or Cole. Let me know, and so I can know.
So I can know if I can unfollow you, unfriend you. Let me know now, yo. But that beat,
oh Metro, yeah,
that beat,
yeah, he never misses, bro. This nigga never misses, bro.
Look, I don't know about you, but I'm not a big fan of Future. Being honest,
no,
being honest. I mean, I feel like the nigga's too old to be rapping the same shit he's been rapping for the last 20 years about pussy, money, cocaine, and you know, like it's the same shit. It doesn't change.
Yeah,
the nigga needs to get more material than just money, bitches, and IG hoes. Like I'm being serious.
That's what he's about, though.
I know, but to me personally, like
grow up, Future.
He needs to grow up a little bit, bro. Talk about some other shit besides that. But that
take
beat,
the easy route. Yeah.
I feel like they should have just gave that beat alone to Kendrick. I think he would have murdered that whole fucking track by himself. I literally sometimes just fast forward to his part because that's where the hype is at.
Yeah.
And not just because the beef, but just like that nigga was like, when that nigga said all dogs is going to end up in a pet cemetery, I was like, damn, that nigga's sick, bro. That nigga's sick. I was like, oh, that's nasty, man. That is nasty. But that's just my opinion. That's just my boy's opinion. Don't let that sway you. You guys decide which side you go with.
Let us know.
Let us know in the comments. Tweet us. We're on Twitter too. I keep forgetting about that. Kinda. That's like on the back burner. The back burner.
Well, I have somebody who might be able to do the Twitter, so looking into that.
So, but hey, thank you for listening. This is another episode with your boy Lewis and your young Morgan Freeman.
Hey.
Like we say all the time, make sure you definitely follow us on IG. We're always constantly posting. But anyways, man, like we say at the end of every episode,
tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Podcast.
And we out. Deuces. Arigato.